There are a couple of things to know for beginners before jumping into Satisfactory that should make things easier and less stressful. Let's start by shifting you into the correct mindset when playing this, because something you shouldn't do when starting out is stress about getting everything perfect right from the beginning. It's not gonna happen, and with that expectation, you are just setting yourself up for disappointment. At some point, you will probably tear down and completely rebuild sections of your factory, or maybe start a whole new save. This is all part of the game. As soon as you get foundations and a decent supply of concrete, deconstruct that abomination of a factory and start over. There is no benefit to building on dirt or grass. You will most likely make calculation mistakes too, or simply forget about a crucial aspect. Don't get too frustrated about this, because it happens to everyone, and fixing your mistake can be a valuable experience and a satisfying task. While perfection shouldn't be your immediate goal, planning ahead is always rewarded. Everything in a Satisfactory feeds into something else. Iron becomes rods, rods become screws, screws become reinforced plates, etc. Plan your production chains so that you always have what you need for future builds, and keep an eye on each machine's specific input-output rate so you can start building chains that match those numbers. Crash sites are always good to search for, because these contain a hard drive, and these hard drives are used to unlock alternate recipes. These alt recipes can be a game changer, as they usually require different resources, use fewer resources, have faster production times, or combine multiple steps into one, which can totally transform how your factory runs. In Satisfactory, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed. What starts out as something small and clearly structured can quickly turn into a massive list that begs your attention with the sheer number of tasks and things you have to do. So for the sake of your own sanity, it's kind of important to just do one thing at a time and not think too much about the seemingly long list of chores that are waiting for you. A quick bonus tip before we take a look at the last one. I quickly wanted to mention that you shouldn't get too hung up on making everything pretty and aesthetically pleasing until you unlock the hover pack. This personal flight equipment makes it 1,000 times easier to design your factories and dramatically increases productivity. Arriving at the last piece of advice, which is to just keep in mind the possibility to build vertical in this game. The game gives you a lot of open space to build, so you might think you have plenty of space. But building vertically doesn't just look cool. It can open up lots of possibilities for efficient base layouts. The game offers everything you need, like conveyor lifts, which are the vertical counterpart to conveyor belts, stackable foundations and walls, conveyor poles, and more. Keeping some of these things in mind will help you get a more pleasant beginner experience. A like is appreciated if you feel like your time was respected, and I'll see you next time.
Complete.